us with dignity. Studying the history of the civil rights movement, it was not just Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a great man. It was his ability to bring millions of people together, black and white and Latino, to stand up and demand an end to racism. Look at the history of the women's movement and know that 100 years ago, women didn't even have the right to vote, couldn't do the jobs they wanted, couldn't get the education they wanted. But women, by the millions and their male allies, stood together and said, women will not be second-class citizens. Look at the history of the gay rights movement. What you understand is that people with incredible courage stood up and said, we have the right to love whomever we want, regardless of gender. Look at the environmental movement, you know that all over the world right now, there are millions and millions of young people who are coming together. The sunrise movement in this country. And young people all over the world saying, we will save this planet from climate change. What real change is about. It's never just the president signing a bill. It is millions of people standing up and demanding justice. It is millions of people standing up and saying we are sick and tired today of massive levels of income and wealth inequality. We are tired of the very, very rich getting richer while 500,000 Americans sleep out on the streets tonight. We are tired of tax breaks with billionaires when millions of our kids can't get a decent education. We are in that moment in history where we're seeing people stand up and fight back and tell the corporate elite that this country belongs to all of us, not just the 1%. U.S. Senator, it goes with the job. But it really, really is not Bernie. It is all of us together. That's what it is. What we have got to do is to change the political culture of this country. And that means to make people understand that living in a democratic society means you have a responsibility to vote and to participate. And especially at this moment in American history, nobody can sit it out. We gotta be involved. Because we have an agenda that speaks to the needs of working families. That agenda says that in Texas, in Vermont, in America, if you work 40 hours a week, you're not going to live in poverty. Now here in Texas, you got a minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, which is a starvation wage. Nobody lives on $7.25 an hour. And that is why together we're going to raise that minimum wage to a living wage $15 an hour.
That's more than what I make.
Under our administration, women will not earn 80 cents on the dollar. They're going to earn the whole damn dollar. Because we believe in equal pay for equal work. And under our administration, we are going to make, okay, medical, we got a problem here. Can we get a EMT or doctor in? Right. We have a doctor, right? We have EMT people coming. They're on the way. Now here's something.
He's offering his water.
Okay, she's okay. What we are going to do is create an economy that works for all. And what I'm
Oh, that's a neat effect the camera picks up.
Make it easier for workers to join unions. There are millions of workers today who want to join unions, but their employers are making it impossible for them to do that. We have legislation in that will double the number of unionized workers in this country in a 4-year period. We are going to create millions of decent paying jobs by rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure and building the affordable housing here on agenda for working people, we understand the importance of education.
Yes.
That means we are going to triple funding for low-income Title I schools all over America.
Yes.
All of our children deserve a quality education, regardless of the zip code in which they live. In educators, teachers. That is why we are going to move toward raising the salaries of teachers so that no teacher in America earns less than $60,000 a year. Because we believe in education and the need for all people, regardless of their income, to get the higher education they need. We're going to make public colleges and universities tuition free. Let me ask you all a question. How many people here are dealing with student debt? Raise your hand. Well, let me tell you something. 11 years ago, against my vote, Congress voted to bail out the crooks on Wall Street. Trillions of dollars of zero-interest loans went to the people who nearly destroyed our economy. 2 years. Well, you know, if we can bail out the crooks on Wall Street and give tax breaks to billionaires, we can cancel all student debt. I believe, and I believe my entire life, that we are going to end this cruel and dysfunctional healthcare system and move to Medicare for all. And we have a healthcare system today, and I hope everybody understands this. It is a system in which we are spending twice as much per person on healthcare as do the people of any other country. And yet, despite spending twice as much, we are the only major country on earth not to guarantee healthcare to all as a human right. Last year, while 87 million Americans were uninsured and underinsured, and that problem is particularly acute here in Texas, while 30,000 people died because they didn't get to a doctor on time because they didn't have insurance, while we pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, in some cases 10 times more than other countries are paying for the same exact medicine. At a time, and this is really quite unbelievable, 500,000 people went bankrupt last year because of medically related bills. We have a system that says if you come down with cancer or heart disease, or somebody in your family has Alzheimer's, it's not enough to struggle to stay alive and get healthy. Your family is going to go bankrupt because you got sick. That is obscene. We're going to end all of that. Donald Trump thinks climate change is a hoax. I think Donald Trump is a hoax. But more importantly, what the scientists are telling us is that climate change is an existential threat to humanity. They are telling us that the polar ice caps are melting at a faster rate than they had anticipated. The oceans are rising. We are seeing more and more drought. Turn on the TV, take a look at what's happening in Australia, beautiful country which is burning. Take a look at what happened in California over the last couple of years. More and more drought means farmers will have shorter growing seasons, unable to produce the quantity or quality of food that we need. Take a look at what happened to Venice, Italy a few months ago, beautiful city, underwater. Houston, Texas, underwater. The United Nations tells us that if we do not get our act together by the end of the century, there will be hundreds of millions of climate refugees. People unable to stay in their communities because there's no clean water or land to grow their crops. Now, the fossil fuel industry may not like this, but the time is now to tell them that their short-term profits are not more important than the future of our planet. Transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energies. And I am proud to tell you that we have introduced the most comprehensive climate change proposal ever introduced by a federal candidate. And under the principles of the Green New Deal, we can create up to 20 million good-paying union jobs by retrofitting our buildings, by changing our transportation system, by improving agriculture, and by
Go ahead.
what we have got to understand is that climate change is not it is a global issue. We are all in this together. You're in China, Russia, India, Pakistan. We are in this together. And my job as president is to tell the people all over this world that maybe, just maybe, instead of spending $1.8 trillion every year on weapons of destruction designed to kill each other, maybe we should pool our resources and fight our common enemy, which is life. When we talk about an agenda to improve life in America, it means that we must bring fundamental reform to a broken and racist criminal justice system. It is not acceptable to me that we have more people in jail in America than any other country on earth, including China, 4 times our size. So what we are going to do is invest in our young people, in jobs and education, not more jails and incarceration. By the way, we're going to end capital punishment in America. We are going to end cash bail in America. People in jail right now who have not been convicted of anything but just can't afford the bail to get out of jail. That's all. We are going to end private prisons and detention centers. Corporations should not be making millions of dollars in profit by locking up fellow Americans. Together, we are going to end the so-called war on drugs. By executive order, I can and will legalize marijuana in every state. Will expunge the records of those arrested. Overdue for major reforms of our immigration system. We have a president today who demonizes the undocumented. We're going to end the demonization, and we are going to pass in a bipartisan way comprehensive immigration reform and a path toward citizenship for the undocumented. As the son of an immigrant, this is personal to me. And on day one through executive order, we will reestablish the legal status of the 1.8 million young people and their parents eligible for we will not have federal agents snatching babies from the arms of their mothers. We will not be locking children up in cages. We will end the ICE raids that are terrorizing communities all over the country. And when we talk about issues that are of concern to the American people, let me just say this, all of us, regardless of what our political views may be, are disgusted and horrified every time we turn on a TV and we see another mass shooting. There is too much gun violence in America, and we need strong gun safety legislation. not the NRA. That means universal background checks, ending the gun show loophole, and ending the sale and distribution of assault weapons in this country. As a United States Senator, I hear a lot of speeches from my conservative Republican colleagues in the Senate. And their mantra is that they believe in small government. They believe that the government should get off the backs of the American people. Well, I say to those Republican hypocrites, if you believe in getting the government off the backs of the American people, understand that it is women who have the right to control their own bodies. Millions of people demand health care as a human right. Millions of people demand the right to get the higher education that they need. Millions of people understand that climate change is a threat and we've got to take on the fossil fuel industry. So what this campaign is about, it's not just taking on Trump and the Republican Party. It is taking on the Democratic establishment of America.
Yes!
It is taking on the greed of Wall Street. It is taking on the greed of the insurance companies. Taking on the greed of the pharmaceutical industry. It is taking on the greed of the fossil fuel industry. It is taking on the greed of the military-industrial complex. Because we are going to end endless wars. And it is taking on the greed of the private prison industry, because we're going to put them out of business. That is what this campaign is about. It is about bringing working people together, black and white and Latino, Native American, Asian American, standing together to create an economy and government that work for all. Now, as a United States Senator, I know a little bit about the power of the 1%. I understand that the billionaire class has endless amounts of money. They have endless amounts of money, and they have for years been buying elections, and we're seeing that right now. But at the end of the day, while the billionaire class is in fact enormously powerful with endless amounts of money, at the end of the day, the 1% is 1%. So if we stand together and not let Trump and his friends divide us up, if we stand together and keep our eyes on the prize, which is creating a government and an economy that work for all of us, no matter how wealthy and how powerful the 1% is, we will defeat them. To ask for your support in the Texas primary. I'm asking you to bring out your friends, your family, your co-workers. Let us have the highest voter turnout in the history